వెల్కమ్ టు ద బిలవెడ్. టీవీ ఎన్ఎక్స్టీ మొట్టమొదటిసారి తెలుగులో మనందరికీ అర్థమయ్యే విధంగా ఈ సిరీస్ని ప్రవేశపెడుతోంది క్వాలిఫైడ్ క్లినికల్ సైకాలజిస్ట్ సుజాత పోటే గారితో. నిమ్హాన్స్లో క్లినికల్ సైకాలజీ చదివిన సుజాత పోటే గారు ప్రత్యేకంగా బంధాలు, రిలేషన్షిప్పై ఎంతో శోధన చేశారు. చాలామంది కపుల్స్కి, వేల మందికి కౌన్సిలింగ్ ఇవ్వడం ద్వారా, వర్క్షాప్స్ కండక్ట్ చేయడం ద్వారా వారికి సహాయపడ్డారు. ఇవాల్టి మన రిలేషన్షిప్ కోచ్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ సుజాత పోటే గారికి స్వాగతం పలుకుతాం. వెల్కమ్ అండి. వెరీ హ్యాపీ టు హ్యావ్ యూ ఆన్ ద సిరీస్ విత్ us.
Thank you, Swapna. Thank you so much.
So this is a whole big spectrum of things.
Yes, huge.
Yes. ఎలా మొదలు పెట్టాలి అంటే, ప్రేమ అంటే దానికి చాలా అర్థాలు ఎక్కడ పడితే అక్కడ రకరకాలుగా కనిపిస్తాయి. సో కెన్ వి సెట్ అ స్కోప్ ఫర్ టుడేస్ టాపిక్? లవ్ అంటే ఇన్ వాట్ స్కోప్ ఆర్ వి టాకింగ్?
Yes, I think that's very important because after the word God, I think love is the most misunderstood, abused, అసలు ఎవరికి అర్థం కానిది అందరూ వాడుకునే పదం, రైట్? సో ఇన్ హ్యూమన్ రిలేషన్షిప్స్లో లవ్ అనేసరికి వీ హ్యావ్ డిఫరెంట్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. అంటే దెర్ ఇస్ కేర్, దెర్ ఇస్ కన్సర్న్, దెర్ ఇస్ షేరింగ్, దెర్ ఇస్ సాక్రిఫైస్, అలా రకరకాలుగా దాని గురించి అర్థం చేసుకుంటాం. బట్ ఇన్ మై వర్క్, ఇన్ ఆల్ ద కపుల్స్ దట్ ఐ వర్క్డ్ విత్, నాకు ఒకటేమో అర్థమైందంటే, లవ్ అనేది డైరెక్ట్గా మనము ఇవ్వలేము కూడా, తీసుకోలేము కూడా. లవ్ అనేది ఒక ఇండైరెక్ట్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. దానికి ఒక కంపారిటివ్ వర్డ్ ఆర్ ఐడియా ఆర్ కాన్సెప్ట్ యూజ్ చేయాలంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మెడిటేషన్. ఆ మెడిటేషన్లో మనం ఏదైతే పీస్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేస్తామో అది డైరెక్ట్గా రాదు కదా, డైరెక్ట్గా రాదు. దానికి డైలీ కొంచెం డిసిప్లిన్ ఉండాలి, టైం సెట్ అసైడ్ చేయాలి. ఆ మంత్రం కానీ, ఆ మెథడ్ కానీ అది డైలీ మనం కూర్చొని చేయాలి. అప్పుడు కనుక ఆ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ దానివల్ల పుట్టుతుంది. సో లవ్ ఈజ్ సిమిలర్ టు దాట్. Love is something that is a result of a bunch of things. Directly you can neither touch it, feel it, give it, buy it, share it, give me love, take back my love. Ee phrases anta actually quite inaccurate anpistayi naaku. So now through our questions and answers, let us actually try to understand what are the key components, what are the 2 or 3 main ingredients that go into creating the experience of love. ఓకే, సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, మీరు నన్ను ప్రేమిస్తున్నారు అన్న ఫీలింగ్ నాలో పుట్టడానికి మీరు కొన్ని చేయాలి, కొన్ని చేయకూడదు, రైట్? అప్పుడు కనుక నాకు ఓకే దిస్ ఇస్ లవ్ అనే ఫీలింగ్ వస్తుంది. అఫ్ కోర్స్ దట్ ఈస్ అట్ ఎ థియరీ లెవెల్, కరెక్ట్. అది కాకుండా మనం ఊరికే ఇండివిజువల్స్ ఇన్ అన్ ఐలాండ్ లేదు కదా, వీఆర్ ఇన్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ అ సొసైటీ. సో అందులో మన ఫ్యామిలీలో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ లవ్, మన మైండ్లో వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ లవ్, హాలీవుడ్, బాలీవుడ్, టాలీవుడ్, వీళ్ళందరూ వాట్ ఆర్ దే ప్రొజెక్టింగ్ ఎస్ లవ్.
ఈ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్సెస్ అన్ని పనిచేస్తాయి.
అఫ్ కోర్స్ హ్యూజ్లీ. ఇన్ఫ్యాక్ట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ఐడియా ఆఫ్ లవ్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ బారోడ్ ఫ్రమ్ సమ్వేర్. You watch a movie, Titanic, that is how love is supposed to be, or anything like that. Love is portrayed in different ways by different people. All that subconsciously sits in our mind, so that we are actually looking for that. We are not looking for what does it feel like inside.
Right.
So already we are now on a wrong path, because adi antarmukham bairmukham antam kada. It is like we are always looking outwards now to see, is this person doing this? If they are doing it, that means they are loving me. So alanti meanings pettukuntu vastam manamu. Whereas actually love is something you can feel inside, provided certain ambience and certain
environment is
created or facilitated or allowed by that other person.
So ఈ ప్రేమలో తల్లి పిల్లల పట్ల చూపించే ప్రేమ, అలాగే అన్నా చెల్లెళ్ళు, స్నేహితులు, ఇవన్నీ పక్కన పెడితే ప్రపంచాన్ని శాసించే ఒక ప్రేమ ఉంది. అది పురుష స్త్రీ ప్రేమ, ఇద్దరు ప్రేమికుల మధ్య ప్రేమ అని చెప్పి ఎవ్వరికీ అర్థం కాలేదు. ఇంత డైలాగ్ కూడా ఉంది, ప్రపంచంలో ఇంతమంది ఉంటే నేను జెస్సీనే ఎందుకు ప్రేమించానని. ఏం మాయ చేశారు సినిమాలో. సో ఆ జెస్సీ అనే వ్యక్తి, హౌ డు యు నో ఆర్ హౌ డస్ వన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఫంక్షన్ ఆఫ్ హూ డిటర్మిన్స్ హూ ఫాల్స్ ఇన్ లవ్?
So, there are 2 questions you are asking. One is, what is this romantic love? అంటే మన శాస్త్రాల్లో కూడా వీ హ్యావ్ వాత్సల్య భక్తి అండ్ మధుర భక్తి అండ్ సో మెనీ డిఫరెంట్ భక్తిస్ ఆర్ దేర్. దిస్ మధుర భక్తి ఈస్ ద లీస్ట్ అండర్స్టూడ్ అండ్ మోస్ట్ మిస్అండర్స్టూడ్. That's the thing between Krishna and Radha, right? All other the servant approach, the master approach, all those things, those are legitimate, they are understood, they are accepted. This is the most confusing and also most misunderstood part, right? So what is the difference? Like if somebody asks you, why is this love different from the love you have for your mother or husband, what is the reaction you get? What, can you say that? What do you feel?
You mean in a romantic manner?
If somebody questions you, if they say, well, would you allow this if your sister does it? Yeah. Or if your brother does it? Yeah. Then why are you upset with this person? When you ask that question, what is that reaction you get inside? What does it feel like?
What is the feeling or what is my take on it? Ante both. So my take on separating romantic love ikkada entante, romantic love lo ekkado I feel it comes from feeling a certain incompletion. Okay. Adokati, that is my personal experience. Okay. And also it feels like there is a lot of conditionality in this, which is not there, which I have not experienced in the other natural relationships.
Okay. All right. So I think these are very valid points. One is incompletion, asampurnata, and conditionality. There is kind of a give and take, or if this but then there are rules right? See, I feel there's one more aspect that this is true. What you're saying is true. There's one more aspect to it, which is it is only in romantic love that you get to experience two things. One is the core of who you are, the essence, and all of who you are, the wholeness, the completion. So for example, for a woman, atanu nannu premistunnadu anna feeling vachinappudu, the way I experience myself in my essence and I experience myself in my wholeness. That I don't think any other relationship gives it to me. So naturally I'm addicted to this, because only in this mirror, only in this relationship, I have access to both these things, the core, the essence, and the wholeness, the completion, right? Any other relationship, teacher student, the student in me is visible. Right. Friends, the friend in me is visible.
So sister, role play.
Sister, role play kaakapoyina, it is a facet of your being. One part of it, right? With mother, the child part is accepted. With sister, the sister part, friend part. Platonic antar kada, where there is no romance involved. Andulo kuda, it is friendship part that is visible. Or you take any role. It gives you mirroring to one aspect of you. It is only in the romantic relationship that you get exposure or mirroring to the essence, the core of you. So the less I am in touch with my deep essence, the more I go hungering after the outside mirroring. ఓకే, సో మీరు ఏదైతే అసంపూర్ణత అంటున్నారో అది అసంపూర్ణత కావచ్చు కొద్ది వరకు. దానికన్నా మించిన ఇష్యూ ఏంటంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ డిస్కనెక్షన్. యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఇన్ రిలేషన్షిప్ విత్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్, ఆర్ యూ డోంట్ నో వాట్ యువర్ ఎసెన్స్ ఇస్. సో అది యూ హ్యావ్ దట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ అ డియర్ విత్ దట్ మస్క్ ఇన్సైడ్ ఇట్ కదా, అది ఉంది అని తెలీదు, అది నాలోనే ఉంది అని అసలే తెలీదు. అదేదో స్మెల్ వస్తుంది, అది ఎంత చాలా బాగుంది, లెట్ మీ సర్చ్ అని అది అడవంతా తిరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది కదా. దట్ ఈస్ ద వే వీ ఆల్ ఆర్, విమెన్ ఆర్ మెన్. Women more so because of the cultural conditioning. Even men have the same essence. So the inability to know your essence and feel the essence and appreciate the essence and to be proud of the essence, that is, to that extent you are hungry, vulnerable and begging and looking around for love. That is the way that goes. So I hope that answers your question.
It answers to a great extent. లవ్ ఈజ్ కండిషనల్ అంటారు, లవ్కి పరిధులు ఉండాలి, కొన్ని కోర్ ఇంగ్రీడియంట్స్ ఉండాలంటారు. మీరు కూడా అన్నారు కొన్ని కోర్ ఇంగ్రీడియంట్స్ ఉండాలని. బట్ దాన్ని అన్కండిషనల్గానే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేస్తేనే అదే ప్రేమ అని కూడా మనకి పుస్తకాల్లో రాసేస్తూ ఉంటారు. సో ఫస్ట్ ఈ క్వశ్చన్ కెన్ యూ ప్లీజ్ అడ్రస్?
ఆల్ రైట్. సో ఐఎమ్ గోనా మేక్ అ వెరీ రాడికల్ స్టేట్మెంట్. దెర్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ కాల్డ్ అన్కండిషనల్ లవ్. Let us have that as a baseline for this show.
Thank God. It is so reassuring.
it is so relieving also kada, because otherwise you are like constantly carrying the burden of will I ever reach that position of there is nothing called unconditional love. You look at the entire universe, starting from Shiva, Shakti, to the way the whole cosmos is designed, it is all together. So if this thing pulls away, this thing will fall. You look at the solar system. If one of the planets says, I'm bored, I'm not going to orbit, the whole thing will collapse. Everything is based on relationship. It is two-way and it is conditional. So you do this, then I'll do this. So suppose we do this, some yoga postures are there, some aerobic yogas and all, where you can you can get into some very difficult and exquisite postures. That is because you pull with a certain force, I also pull with a certain force, then only that balance is there. If you say, no, I will take the whole weight, you just be, it won't work, it won't work. So there is nothing called unconditional love. What is or can be unconditional is acknowledgement or acceptance that this is how you are, this is who you are. So I can unconditionally simply acknowledge and respect and let you be, and that is fine. Love, I don't think, is unconditional. For that to come up, for the feeling for me to come up, or for it to come up in you, there are certain things I have to see in you, certain things you have to see in me. Those are the conditions in which that love will come up. So this whole idea is very bizarre, very impractical, doesn't work like that. So I feel love is a direct experiential result of three core things.
మూడు విషయాలు.
Okay. ఒకటేమో ఫండమెంటల్ ద మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్, అది లేనిది అసలు దెన్ వీ కాంట్ డిస్కస్ ఎనీ మోర్, దట్ ఈస్ రెస్పెక్ట్. రెస్పెక్ట్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఇన్ ద వే వీ అండర్స్టాండ్, అంటే మర్యాదలు చేసుకోవడము లేదా ప్లీజ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ చెప్పుకోవడము, దోస్ ఆర్ అవుట్వర్డ్ మేనిఫెస్టేషన్ ఆఫ్ రెస్పెక్ట్. రెస్పెక్ట్ ఈజ్ అ మచ్ మోర్ డీపర్ కాన్సెప్ట్. రెస్పెక్ట్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ఇట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్, సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ వాల్యూ. No more, no less, right? So this person is here, that is why they are worth respecting. That depth of acknowledgement and acceptance of that person, situation, thing, whatever it is. So respect is about simply allowing space because it exists, because it is there. Then no judgments, no criticism, no looking down, no contempt.
But అది చాలా కష్టం కదా సుజాత.
It is kashtam.
బికాస్ ఇప్పుడు ఎలా వస్తుందంటే, అంటే అక్కడే కదా వస్తాయి అసలు యాక్చువల్లీ ఫ్రిక్షన్ వచ్చేదే అక్కడ. బికాస్ రెస్పెక్ట్ అంటే నన్ను నేను రెస్పెక్ట్ చేసి నాకు ఇది ఇష్టం లేదు నీలో, కానీ నిన్ను నేను గౌరవించాలి.
సో నాకు ఇష్టం లేదు అనే వరకు మీకు హక్కు ఉంది చెప్పుకోవడం, కానీ నాకు ఇష్టం లేదు కదా అందుకని నువ్వు మారాలి అంటే అక్కడ డిస్రెస్పెక్ట్.
అది డిస్రెస్పెక్ట్కే వస్తుంది.
Yes, that way. So of course, see, in giving and taking respect and in giving and taking disrespect, you can grow. That is one of the path of growth, right? So it is not like we first go to school, get a degree in respecting others and then start relationship.
Avunu kada,
it is not like that. So you will learn through the whole thing, but at least can we have a conceptual clarity of what it actually is. So respect is about acknowledging it as being so, with its own space, boundary and center, without trying to change it, mess it, or fiddle with it, right? So you have 20 ml of milk in your tea, it is so, and I'm okay with it. So I can think it will hurt your system, milk is not good for you, you should be vegan, I can have all those thoughts, that's okay. I can disagree with you also, but to expect you to change because I have this other opinion is disrespect. That's a basic.
నాకు నచ్చదు కానీ అవతల మనిషిని మారమండం డిస్రెస్పెక్ట్ మనం అనుకున్న దాని ప్రకారం. సో దాన్ని ఎలా సమాధానపరుచుకుంటాం ఇన్ ద కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఆఫ్ రిలేషన్షిప్? అక్కడ రెస్పెక్ట్ ఉండాలి వాళ్ళంటే, బట్ నాకు ఇది లోపల తోలుస్తోంది, నేను ఎంత ట్రై చేసినా కూడా ఇట్స్ బాదరింగ్ మీ.
కరెక్ట్, ఎక్సలెంట్ క్వశ్చన్. సో ఈ 3 పరిధులు అనుకున్నాం కదా, దాన్ని ఎన్సర్క్లింగ్ ఇంకో పెద్ద సర్కిల్ ఉంది, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ కన్స్ట్రెయింట్ అండ్ కంపాటబిలిటీ ఆన్ 2 sides. Okay, so constraint is the relationship is not unconditional in the sense of anything is okay. ఈ మధ్య చాలా పాలియామరీ అనేసి, ఓపెన్ రిలేషన్షిప్స్ అనేసి, ఓపెన్ మ్యారేజ్ అనేసి చాలా ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ నడుస్తున్నాయి. బట్ until I'm proved wrong, as of today, after 26 years of working with about 12,000-13,000 couples, I am willing to go all live and say it doesn't work. It doesn't work, okay? So, for a relationship to be called a relationship, it has to have certain sanctity. One of those rules is that you and me, when we are together, you can't look at others or, engage with others, which actually is provoking something for me. Unless, see, there are some extreme cases where one of the partners may have suspiciousness as a mental condition. So, just even talking to somebody, the vegetable person, the maid, this person is getting all upset, that's an extreme condition, that's different. But in normal life, if you and I are dating and it makes me unhappy, insecure or upset when you give the same kind of attention to another woman, I think I have to question why I am with you. Because if I don't have a basic security with you, then we can't discuss respect, trust and care and love and all that. Doesn't work.
సో ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఏమవుతుందంటే మనకు ఆబ్వియస్గా కొట్టొచ్చినట్టు కనిపిస్తుంది, వీఆర్ ఇన్సెక్యూర్. బట్ ఆ సెక్యూరిటీని మన లోపల మనం వెతుక్కోవాలి, మనం దాన్ని శోధించుకుని మనమే సెటరేట్ అవ్వాలి అని కూడా థియరీ ఉంది. హౌ డు యూ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఆఫ్ రిలేషన్షిప్?
So see, you can be internally secure. Okay, that is a separate pathway. That's a individual inner work pathway. That is okay. But if you're talking of a relationship, when I say security, please don't mix it up with what kind of security marriage is supposed to provide. Whether it provides or not is a separate, that's yet another theory, right? I mean, yet another planet. So that never mind. But I'm talking about if you and I are saying we are in a relationship, can we at least stand on stable ground to explore the relationship? Can we not stand on a seesaw where one day it's like this, one day it's like that? So until there is some clear conscious commitment that I am with you and you are with me and this is the boundary we are going to operate in, what is the meaning of that relationship? So there is no, so when I say security, it's not that I have to take care of your emotional needs all the time, not like that. Can I have the assurance that we are together? We are together. At least, okay, whatever you want to say, let's try this for 1 year. Okay, so for 1 year at least, can you be with me? That way. So I mean that by security, not any other.
సో సెక్యూరిటీ అని మనం అనుకున్న విషయం ఇక్కడ దట్ ఇద్దరు వ్యక్తులు కాన్షియస్గా ఇద్దరు ఒకరితో ఒకరు ఉంటామనే అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఇద్దరి మధ్య రావడం అన్నది సెక్యూరిటీ ఈ పరిధిలో.
Yes, and understanding రావడం కాదు, it's a commitment, it's an agreement actually. It's an agreement that, see, if you and I want to dance and see what we can create, right? This stage has to be solid. It can't be like a mattress or some trampoline kind of thing. Ikkada step avute atu potundi atu pote kaali to sprain avutundi annattu. There has to be stability. That stability or that security comes only from a clear commitment that I'm with you and you're with me and I'm not gonna look around. That's one part.
మీరు ఇచ్చిన సీసో ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అద్భుతంగా ఉంది.
It is actually like that. It is actually, see, in the thing of freedom and I am enough, and if you are enough unto yourself, there is no need for a relationship. End of story. Okay. Now that you are in a relationship, I'm going to conclude it the other way around, that you are not enough unto yourself. See, we are enough unto ourselves, but we are also social creatures.
Yes.
We are also emotional beings. So we need that mirroring. Let us accept that. So for that, there are some rules. You can't just say, I'll do what I feel like. So you want to be a doctor, there are some rules. You want to be a lawyer, there are some rules. You want to drive on the road, there are some rules. So you want to be in a relationship, you have to follow this rule. So see, why do you feel jealous when your boyfriend is talking to somebody or your girlfriend is talking to somebody? She is carrying her essence and being okay with sharing it with somebody else. Whereas that was for me, that was our private agreement and understanding. That is what, so it's a breach of agreement, it's a breach of contract. It is not that I'm psychologically weak or insecure, that's why I'm feeling like that.
That's so reassuring to a lot of people watching. That ఎందుకంటే చాలా మంది అంటే ఈ ఇంట్లో కొట్టుమిట్టాడిపోతారు. అంటే మనం ఇలా అడగడం కరెక్టా, అసలు అడగడంలోనే మేబీ ఇంత పెట్టి అనుకుంటారా ఈ చిన్న విషయం అడగడం అని.
And another thing, if your partner is first of all engaging with somebody in that way, and second of all saying, nah, you're overreacting, you should reevaluate whether the stage is firm for that relationship or not, because it is it's like walking on cotton. It's not stable, it's not hard enough that way. So So that is about respect. I hope that clarifies. So what is the outer boundary? It swings between compatibility and constraint, meaning there is a click, there is chemistry, there is attraction, there is this great feeling I get when I see you, right? All that comes under compatibility. So something is working for both of us. It feels like we are meant to be together. All that is compatibility. That is on this side of the circle. Okay, you come to the diametrically opposite side of the circle, that is called constraint. Which means what? Which means I will explore my essence in your company. I will limit the exploration of myself and my wholeness and my inner core only with you. I will not do little work here and go find somebody else and day after tomorrow do it there and do it here and do it there. I will remain with you while doing this whole self-exploration, growth, understanding, sharing, caring. I will do that. So that puts a lot of constraint on the relationship, which means you don't go faffing around with other girls, which means I don't go around batting my eyelids at other men. There is a commitment, there's a conscious agreement that we will bring this inner sacred core essence work only to each other, right here, in the privacy, in the sacredness of this relationship.
Okay.
Right? So that's constraint. So that draws the big circle, this compatibility and constraint. Inside that, love can grow. So you need that boundary. If you don't have that boundary, love can't grow. English lo oka word undi, polarity anesi. Right? So everything in the universe exists in polarity. In the physical cosmos.
అంటే వైపరీత్యాలు.
వైపరీత్యాలు.
యా.
చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు. Right? So day and night. Hard and soft, good and bad, high and low. ఇది లేకుండా ఇది ఉండదు. So you can't just talk about day all the time. దాంతో పాటు నైట్ అలాగే ఉంటుంది. The ultimate polarity is life and death. So to make a statement like death is part of life, a lot of people feel no, death is the opposite of life. No, it is not. It is a part of life. It's something will die, then something will be born. Something will. So manaki this is an age-old thing in our scriptures actually. This whole what is that Nataraja's dance? The Shivatandavam, right? The Pranava. He destroys and then something else completely new is created, right? So freedom can't exist without discipline and boundaries. There is no meaning in that freedom. There's no meaning in that. See, how do you know you're free? So for let's take a very practical example. Suppose I say I want to have a free day today, meaning anything that comes, I want to be able to get up, pick up my bag and go. Anybody calls me, or a movie, or maybe I'll just sit and watch a lot of things. This is the kind of freedom I'm wanting. To allow that to happen, actually, I have to get up in the morning. That is part of discipline. I have to finish off all my morning chores. That's part of it. Have a bath, be ready, be fully present. Then I can be free. So you can't just be free. It is not possible at all. It's through laws of physics, it's not possible. Right. You have to have that, right? So for the freedom in the relationship, there have to be these constraints, right? So this is the outer boundary. Now we come to the inner boundary, where we started off with respect actually. We were going the other way around, right? So we talked of three components.
గౌరవం.
Respect. Second is trust.
Yes. నమ్మకం.
Namakam. Okay. So as I said, without respect, let's not even discuss anything, because there's no point. There's just no point. So once respect is there, the next most important thing is trust.
గౌరవం ఉన్నాక నెక్స్ట్ కావాల్సింది నమ్మకం.
So namakam again, it is not about extreme things like cheating and hiding and telling lies, and it is not just about that. Of course, if you keep telling lies, trust is going to go down the hill very quickly. That is there.
Is it a process? Is it a moment? Or is it a decision made and you'll stick with it no matter what because I can't be wrong?
So how do you define trust? Can you give one or two of your own ideas of what is trust?
నమ్మకం అంటే ఈ ఆకర్షణని సంపూర్ణంగా నేను, లేకపోతే ఈ ప్రేమని నేను సంపూర్ణంగా దాన్ని యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసి ఎంబ్రేస్ చేసుకోవడం నమ్మకం. అది ప్రాథమికమైన నమ్మకం. తర్వాత అది బంధంగా మారిన తర్వాత అవతల మనిషి చర్యలు కానీ అవతల మనిషి యాక్షన్స్ని బేస్ చేసుకుని మనకి కొంచెం అటు ఇటు నమ్మకం, అపనమ్మకం, ఇంకా లోతు నమ్మకం కలిగించడానికి, అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి ఇన్సిడెంట్స్ వస్తాయనేది నాకు లిమిటెడ్గా అర్థమైన విషయం.
ఓకే ఓకే. సో మీరు అంటున్నది ఏంటంటే యూ స్టార్ట్ విత్ ద ట్రస్ట్ యాజ్ బీయింగ్ గివెన్. ట్రస్ట్ ఇస్ ప్రొవైడెడ్, అలౌడ్ అండ్ గివెన్. నౌ యూ బెటర్ లివ్ అప్ టు దట్ ట్రస్ట్ అన్న ఒక ఇంటర్నల్ ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్ ఉంది దానికి. అలా కదా. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వీ మీట్ అండ్ we have stars in our eyes and we feel there's something happening, and from pretty much that moment or the next day or one or two more calls, you have decided that I will just completely trust this person until they prove themselves untrustworthy, right? Now let's look at any other interaction, human, business, relationship, any other endeavor. Ala chestama manamu? Do we do that?
అంటే అసలు ఆ ప్రశ్నే రాదు, మనం అంటే వీళ్ళని నమ్ముతున్నావా నమ్మట్లేదా అని. గ్రాడ్యువల్గా దాని పరిధిలో అది ఎక్కడో నమ్మకం ఉంటుంది, బట్ ఇట్ డజంట్ నీడ్ టు బి కాన్షియస్లీ అక్నాలెడ్జ్డ్.
బట్ యుల్ వాక్ స్లోలీ కదా. యూ డోంట్ కంప్లీట్లీ ఓపెన్ అప్ అండ్ స్టార్ట్. యూ వాక్ వెరీ స్లోలీ. యూ వాక్ ద పాత్ ఇన్ అ వే until that person slowly, bit by bit, earns your trust. It's almost like it deepens over a period of time, over a lot of interactions. Okay. Now indro one of the main issues with trust is the alignment between speech and action. That's the only measurable, testable version of trust, right? Yes. Otherwise you can trust me 5,000%. I can say no, I trust you 5,002%. It doesn't mean anything. Right? So what is the alignment between speech and action? See, alignment in thought, it can be whatever. I mean, మీరేం ఆలోచించుకుంటున్నారో నేనే అనుకుంటున్నానో పర్లేదు.
ఒక మనిషి ఇంకో మనిషి వచ్చి నువ్వే నా సముద్రం అంత ప్రేమ, ఆకాశం అంత ఇష్టం అన్నీ చెప్పొచ్చు.
దట్ ఈస్ ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్ ఓకే. కానీ యాక్షన్, సో ఇన్ దట్ స్పీచ్ అండ్ ఇన్ ద బిహేవియర్, వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ థింగ్? సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ అ మ్యాన్ ఇస్ టెలింగ్ you are the world to me, అదే సముద్రం, యూనివర్స్, ఆల్ ద వర్డ్స్, రైట్? You are the world to me, but just never has the time to come and be with you. So there is work, there is boss, there is something else, there is that bill to pay. There is always a very justified reason which is preventing him from coming and spending time with you, to be with you. Now be with you ante not to sing songs for you or take you out all the time, not like that. To just spend some attentive quality time with you. If it is not there, there is a huge misalignment between speech and action, right? That is the way the trust starts leaking and going out, right? So the longer you engage in this kind of things, the lesser and lesser and lesser the trust will be. So when trust is at such a low level, anything you say, I am likely to misunderstand now, right? Because so నమ్మకం లేనప్పుడు మిస్కమ్యూనికేషన్ అవ్వడానికి గ్రాండ్ స్టేజ్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవుతుంది. ఆర్ సమ్టైమ్స్ ఈవెన్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు చెక్ అవర్ ఓన్ ఇంపోజ్డ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్స్. అంటే వాళ్ళ పాపం ఏమీ అనలేదేమో, మనలో ఆ ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఎందుకు అంటే లవ్ అంటే ఇలా ఉండాలి అని. సో అప్పుడు యూ మే ఫీల్ లైక్ ఐ కాంట్ ట్రస్ట్ దిస్ పర్సన్. దట్ ఈస్, యూ కెన్ చెక్ దట్ మచ్ యూ కెన్ చెక్. బట్ ట్రస్ట్ ఐ థింక్ ఈజ్ అ నో బ్రెయినర్ యాక్చువల్లీ, బికాస్ వెన్ ద పర్సన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ మ్యాచింగ్ విత్ దేర్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్, there is cause for concern, there is worry. You have to call it out, you have to ask, you have to have a dialogue, you have to have some communication around it. Right? Now this is the actually a clincher or a very critical point in a lot of relationships, dragging on for a very long time, even though this component is missing.
Trust component.
Because see, what happens is, I am so hungry for love because I am so disconnected from my essence. I so want to feel whole and complete, and I believe you will provide it to me. And we are in a relationship. We are going steady, we are together, we are living in, we may think of marrying, all this is going on, right? At that time, I will hold on to your words and completely ignore the actions because I am so desperate. So I lose my own ability to perceive what is actually happening.
And because get into a delusion of building everything around the words that the other person said,
and completely discounting the actions. The actions are diametrically opposite to what the words are being.
Can you oka example istara words ki actions
cases? So for example, I can tell you about a actual couple I've worked with. Couple kaadu, that lady came to me. So this gentleman, they met in a situation where he was in a senior mentoring position with her. Okay, so first of all, akkade there is a issue, because if you are a mentor, you are by ethics bound to not get into any romantic relationship with the mentee, the person who is receiving it from you. But that happened, and every time she would say, let's meet your friends, let's meet your family, why don't you come and meet my family? Edi cheppina, no, I don't want anybody's black eye to come on our this thing. I want this kept very precious and secret and sacred. Let us not talk. Ala cheppi. Because so the thing is, he knows this is not okay. So he was just coming out of a divorce. He was still involved with another lady who's a third person. The wife and he are undergoing divorce. He's involved with another lady, and he's also talking to this lady, right? Or being involved with this lady. So for her, the thing was, he would convince me so, I mean, he would speak so convincingly that I always believed him. He would explain so beautifully why it should not go out and see the light of day, because it will complicate the divorce, it will hurt that other lady. I expect you to have that big heart. I really know that you have that ability in you, you have that understanding in you. So it's like, I like to hear those things. And because I want something else. So when your desire for something becomes so strong that you're unable to look at what is there and what is not there, in a way you're also participating in the mistrustful behavior. So to that extent you can change that, right? But you can't say I have to have trust implicitly. No, trust cannot be implicit. What is implicit? Sir?
పుట్టుకురాదు అంటే ప్రేమ మొదటి చూపులో పుట్టుకొచ్చినట్టు నమ్మకం పుట్టుకురాదు.
రాదు. It doesn't work like that.
అది ప్రాక్టికల్ గా అసలు అవ్వదు.
అవ్వదు, and it cannot be, because trust is something that builds over time. The element of time is inbuilt in trust. Trust can't be in the moment like that. Of course, it takes a nanosecond to break it. Breaking trust is a no-brainer, but building trust takes a long time. So unless there is a lot of interaction in the relationship, and unless there is a constant coherence between speech and action, I am scared to trust you. On one hand, I am scared to trust you, but because my need for knowing myself is so strong, I am like hanging on to you, hoping that what you say is true and that you will someday deliver. Now the thing is, when there is no delivery the first time, the someday delivery will not happen. That is also another major takeaway. I am buying this plot and cheppesi boundary దగ్గర కూర్చోవడం. You better be inside the plot. This is like fence sitting, right? That brings us to the third one, the third component inside this boundary, which is care, caring, concern, whatever you want to call it. So usually what happens is, we start with the care and then get into trouble. So for example, how does love happen, especially in workplaces or any other place? I see you little low, I'll come and say, do you have a headache? Then you'll say, yeah. I'll say, Arey, I have a tablet here, please take. Or I'll take my bike, go buy a tablet and come and give it to you. So I'm showing care, right? Next time you suddenly say, oh, I forgot my tiffin, now I'll buy you some dosa. Like this, my showing of care slowly translates into you trusting me and you respecting me, right? That, to that extent, that's fine. But the minute we take away the component of care, if respect and trust have not been built and solidified, this care can become very quickly a dependency relationship, where you've gotten into a habit of forgetting your tablet and forgetting your tiffin. It's giving me a kick to keep buying it for you and making you feel better. It's serving some need for both of us, some hidden need, and it can go on. But that is not love. That is not love. That is just convenience, friendship, helpfulness, basic humanity, caring, generosity. Maybe every time I am paying for your tiffin, all that is fine, but that is not love. That is not love. So I think most of the time love falters because it begins with care, caring gestures, but the other two components remain untouched. So there's a big gap there. right? So if we come back to the picture, we have the outer circle where on one side you have amazing compatibility, the chemistry, and the constraint, which means this is where we will be. We will not go floating around in others. So that is the outer boundary. Inside that you have these three: respect ante gauram, trust ante namakam, and third is care.
Right? Care, alambana.
Alambana, right? ఈ మూడు సర్కిల్స్గా ఇమాజిన్ చేసుకొని మీరు దగ్గరగా తెచ్చుకుంటే లోపలికి ఒక చిన్న ట్రయాంగిల్ ఏర్పడుతుంది. దాట్ ఈస్ లవ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ సో డీప్ ఇన్ సైడ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద కోర్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ హోల్ థింగ్ ఆర్ బిజినెస్ కాల్డ్ లవ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ ద థింగ్స్ దట్ ఆర్ సెడ్ ఆర్ రిటన్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్.
సో ప్రేమ పుడుతుంది, ప్రేమ చచ్చిపోతుందా?
Okay, so see, if you understand love in this way, that love is the search, not love is a search, the need for love, let me put it that way. The need for love is the need for a mirror so that my essence is visible to me. If that is how we are defining the hunt for love, the search for love, then prema pudutundani kaadu. Mimmalni chusinapudu that possibility pudutundi, that I think with this person I can feel my wholeness, my essence, my core, so I have to have this person. So that is prema puttadam. Prema chachipovam ante enti? Arre, this is the wrong mirror, this person is not reflecting my core and essence. On top of that, he is distorting my core and essence. Alantapudu you can say prema chachipoyindi. Those phrases don't actually make sense.
But that's what actually happens.
That's what happens. You unmirror. No,
I mean, I don't know if there's a word called unmirror.
No, you throw the mirror.
Oh, you throw the mirror.
Or you break the mirror. That way. So basically, you're hunting for the most accurate, perfect mirror who can show you how splendid and how great you are. That is what you're looking for in the eyes of another person. So the thing is, some of us are blessed enough to have that, to find someone like that who can reflect that glory back to us. But then you cannot fall in love either with the mirror or with the image. You have to be in love with yourself, your true sense. So that's a whole other process. So meeru indaka journey annaru, that naaku chaala nachindi, because it is a journey of finding your own inner beloved. That is what it is, and I hope that is what we will achieve with this series.
Yes, the inner beloved, and tadwara aa sthitiki cherukunnaka manaki probably that's the time when we feel ready to meet that mirror.
Oh, 100%. So you will meet that mirror in wholeness, because you would have touched your essence, experienced your wholeness, and therefore the mirror you will look for will also be as similar or as accurately reflecting of yourself. So yes, you're right.
ఇంకొక 2-3 ప్రశ్నలు. ప్రేమకి సంబంధించి డస్ లవ్ యాక్చువల్లీ జస్ట్ హ్యాపెన్, ఆర్ ఇస్ ఇట్ డివైన్ గ్రేస్? ఏదో అదృష్టం ఉంటేనే జీవితంలో ప్రేమ పుడుతుందంటారు. రెండోది, జీవితంలో ప్రేమ ఒకేసారి పుడుతుందంటారు. కానీ ఈ వివిధ పార్శ్వాలు, ఆ హోల్నెస్ ఏమిటో మనకు తెలియదు ఆ స్థితికి చేరుకునే వరకు. ఏ పాయింట్కి ఆ పాయింట్ ఇదే నా హోల్నెస్ అని అనుకుని మనం అనుకుంటూ పోతాం. కొంతసేపు అయ్యో ఇదేదో సరిగ్గా లేదే అన్నప్పుడు అది పోయి నెక్స్ట్ అలా అవుతుంది. సో అది ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది మన హోల్నెస్కి చేరుకున్నాం అని? ఎవరు సర్టిఫికేట్ ఇస్తారు?
Okay, so you see, if you understand it in the context we are defining it, మీరు హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్గా పుట్టారంటే మీకు ఆ నీడ్ ఫర్ లవ్ దాంతోపాటు బై బర్త్ ఉంటుంది, అది ఉంటుంది. సో ఈ హోల్నెస్ అనే పదానికి ఇట్ ఈస్ క్లోజ్లీ రిలేటెడ్ టు దిస్ ఐడియా ఆఫ్ సెల్ఫ్ రియలైజేషన్. ఓకే, సో వీఆర్ నౌ స్టెప్పింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద రెల్మ్ ఆఫ్ స్పిరిచువాలిటీ. అది ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఈవెన్ అ నావిస్, ఎక్స్పర్ట్ పోనీ. But I think we all know that there is some state where you are so complete and set and okay with everything. There is no desire, no aversion, no fear, no craving, no nothing. It just is. I think theory gaani, philosophy gaani, oka sense gaani manandariki adi telusu. It is there anedi. కానీ అది ఎలా చేరినామని తెలుస్తుందా, ఇప్పుడు నాకు వచ్చేసిందని సర్టిఫికేట్ ఎవరైనా ఇస్తారా? ఐ డోంట్ నో ఆల్ దట్. బట్ ఇఫ్ దిస్ రిలేషన్షిప్ ఈజ్ ఫెసిలిటేటింగ్ ఆర్ ప్రమోటింగ్ ఆర్ సపోర్టింగ్ మీ బీయింగ్ ఇన్ దట్ స్టేట్ more and more and more, then I know I'm walking on the path towards wholeness.
So as you walk towards the path, will you be discovering different mirrors
Yes.
or love relationships?
Yes.
And hence అలా చూస్తే ప్రేమ ఒకసారి పుట్టదు, రకరకాల ప్రేమలు
Yes.
డిఫరెంట్ టైమ్స్లో పుడతాయి.
Yes, of course. That is that is what I'm saying. So the need for multiple mirrors may be there, but to be sure that you're done with this mirror, you have to still work in the constraint of that.
Yes.
thing.
Those rules, that framework, I won't even say rule, holds good at every stage.
Yes, absolutely. So see, when inkoti prema చచ్చిపోయిందని అనుకోవడం దాన్ని ఇంకో రకంగా అర్థం చేసుకుంటే it is very closely related to your wholeness question. So today, whatever state of completion I am in, if that is not being reflected by this person, in English there's a phrase, these two grew apart instead of growing together antar kada. So this person has gone on self discovery and discovered something else and become something different, and that person has become something different. They both came together in their 20s, ఇప్పుడు 40s లో ఉన్నారు. They are two different, completely strange feeling, strange looking kind of people to each other. So alantappudu, of course, the feeling will be love chachpoindi, because the reflections are not happening. You are not understanding what's happening to me. I'm not getting what's happening to you. There is no mirroring. So in the absence of mirroring, the feeling of, loneliness, the feeling of I'm not being seen, I'm not being understood is very strong. So in fact, that is the basis of a lot of extramarital involvements. Practically every extramarital involvement is a result of missing reflections.
అలా marital status, is it a precondition to love, to meet that mirror?
And what I'm still researching actually is, marriage and love actually have nothing to do with each other. They have nothing to do with each other. If you are married and you experience love, you are lucky.
Bonus, yeah.
That's a bonus.
A lot of married people will thank you today.
Well, I hope so. I hope I'm saying something which most people know, are dying to say, but can't say, right? So there's a difference. We have to understand this though. I'm not just throwing it off, or I'm not trying to be rebellious here. See, marriage, the original reason and the function of marriage is very, very different. It was made for territorial reasons, in the sense వాళ్ళ అమ్మాయిని మన అబ్బాయికి ఇచ్చి పెళ్లి చేసుకుంటే ఆ లొకాలిటీ, ఆ ఏరియా, ఆ టెరిటరీ కూడా, ఆ రాష్ట్రం, ఆ ప్రాంతం మన దాంట్లో వచ్చేస్తుంది అనేసి. దట్ వాజ్ వన్. స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ భీష్మ. He went hunting for that Ambika, Ambalika, everybody, because he wanted to grow the army, right? So territory, power, economic reasons, political reasons,
Offspring.
family reasons, adoka madhyalo, offsprings. These are so these are the 5 or 6 reasons marriages happen. Anywhere you see historically, Puranas, wherever you want, even till now, till 30 years ago, I think, because see, never it was like అమ్మాయి అబ్బాయి ఇష్టపడుతున్నారు కదా చాలు. It was always like వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీ ఏంటి, మన ఫ్యామిలీ ఏంటి, వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడ, మన ఎక్కడ, వాళ్ళ రూట్స్ ఏంటి, మన ఎక్కడ. Why? Because it was always a coming together of tribes, of communities, of huge groups of people. Now, there is also another contradictory thing I will say here. With my little knowledge of what the Hindu or the Indian Vedic ideas of marriage are, marriage is also considered to be one of the tools to accomplish the Purusharthas, right? Which is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. For any human being, those are the 4 ultimate goals that you have to fulfill, you have to accomplish, right? So it is considered that the partner will support you, help you, enable you, and facilitate the accomplishment of all. The wife also needs the husband also needs the wife. So these were all ritualized. These were ritualized in so many sanskaras, so many pujas and rituals and all that. That was all done. So what is the key there, which we are missing now? It was all conscious. They knew that marriage means this all will be there, and I have to participate in that, and through it obtain or receive or accomplish something I want.
కొంచెం తెలుగులో ప్లీజ్.
సో అంటే ఈ రూల్స్, ఈ రిచువల్స్, ఈ అగ్రిమెంట్స్ ఇవన్నీ నేను ఫాలో అవుతూ వెళ్తే ఈ 4 పురుషాలతో నాకు దక్కుతాయనే ఒక హోప్, ఒక ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్, ఒక కమిట్మెంట్ ఉండేది. సో బోత్ వెర్ కాన్షియస్. ఇట్ వర్క్డ్. ఇప్పుడు ఏంటి? And also, of course, there's another third component to this, which is now there's a whole hue and cry going on about patriarchy. there is a paternal, patriarchal way of looking at the society and considering Pitruswam. There you go. You know all the right words for it, right? So అందులో the woman will always have a secondary status. So in fact, a psychoanalyst, very famous India-based person, Dr. Sudhir Kakkarani, he has done extensive research on this topic. So he has come up with this study where he showed what we all know, quietly, implicitly we all know, that a woman by herself has no status. So she is initially someone's sister, someone's daughter, then someone's wife, then someone's mother. Those are the positive prestige positions that a woman will work to. So daughter, wife, mother. These are the referral roles by which a woman has validity, existence and some prestige, right? So now think of all these three going together and becoming a khichdi. Marriage, the original purpose is very different. That's all economic, political, territorial, all of that. Two, you have this other Shastrik injunction, get the Purusharthas somehow, that is there. Third is the patriarchal thing. These three come together and create a big mess out of marriage. So అందులో by chance మీకు love దొరికిందంటే you should be grateful, you should be very happy, otherwise you won't get it. Now what's happening? The woman doesn't care to have a status either by the last name of the husband or the father or the whatever. Economically she is independent, she doesn't need the husband, he doesn't have to provide, she is not looking for house, clothing, shelter, she is looking for something else, she is looking for mirroring, she is looking for reflection, she is looking for actualization, she is looking for discovering the best possible version of herself. So is a man, so is a man.
ఇవన్నీ కొంత సాధికారత, గ్రూప్ కాన్షియస్నెస్ మారడం, సామాజిక పరిస్థితులు మారడం నుంచి పుట్టుకొచ్చిన
I think individual path reflects the social growth, social consciousness, and I think social consciousness also enables and promotes individual pursuits. These go hand in hand, they can't be separate. So yes, there's an overall global group consciousness evolving to a higher level. So it is being reflected like this. So therefore we have this thing of practically every third, fourth marriage falling apart. So the interesting thing is the youngsters now quit marriages within 1 to 5 years. There is a huge percentage who are in their 40s, 50s and 60s who are also divorcing right now. Conscious divorce. I'm coining a new term for that. 50s and 60s also. Because finally they feel, damn it, what am I doing here? You know, they do want to explore who they are really.
అండ్ వాటన్నిటికీ మూలం ఈ మిర్రర్. ఈ మిర్రరింగ్ ఇందులో లేదు, ఇంకా వేరే ఎక్కడుందో తెలియదు, ఉంటే ఉండొచ్చు లేకపోతే లేదు, ఇదైతే కాదు అని నిర్ధారణకు వచ్చేస్తారు. అంతేనండి.
So ikkada one big mistake that happens is it is important to say no to the wrong mirror. To that extent I agree, but that doesn't automatically take you to the right mirror.
Yes.
Many a times you don't need the mirror. If you can develop certain inner practices to remain in touch with yourself, can you be intimate with yourself instead of going around looking and hunting for intimacy outside? That can be one more topic of our discussion. Thanks.
కానీ ఇట్స్ నో ఫన్. అంటే ఇది సగటు అందరి పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ నుంచి, బికాస్ సంఘజీవులుగా మనం వి ఆల్ వాంట్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్స్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పాన్షన్స్. మనంగా మనం మొత్తం లోపలే అన్ని సార్ట్ అవుట్ చేసేసుకుంటాం అంటే యాజ్ అ మోడల్ ఇట్ ఫీల్స్ లైక్ ఇంతేనా అనిపిస్తుంది.
Correct. No, I'm not recommending that as a goal or as a destiny or as a preferred method. I'm saying that ability has to coexist with this hunt for mirroring so that you know what you're looking for, and the mirror can also, when it comes, you can see it, you can acknowledge it. You can actually relish, enjoy and cherish it. Along with that, I also want to add one more thing. The mistakes we make or the wrong mirrors we end up looking for or attracting also take you on the inner work path.
ఇది కూడా చాలా ఇందాక ఒక బరువు దిగిపోయింది, ఇప్పుడు ఇంకో బరువు దింపేశారు మీరు.
Thank you. Because how do you know what you're capable of unless you keep making mistakes along the way? Yeah. So ఇందులో ఒక పెద్ద రిస్క్. Some people may think that I'm actually promoting multiple relationships, promiscuity, open marriages. I'm not saying that. Right at the beginning, I said you don't talk about a relationship unless you're willing to work with the constraints it puts on you. That's a given. What I'm saying is, in a committed relationship of 2 months to 20 years, doesn't matter. If you have experienced pain, if you have experienced disappointment, that is also the material that will make you grow, that will also serve to bring out the best in you. That way. That's what I'm saying. So wrong relationships are also great teachers. They're great teachers that way.
So just one or two questions which I think our viewers want to know.
Please.
లవ్ అండ్ లస్ట్, ఈ రెండు పదాలని ఊత పదాలా వాడేసుకుంటుంటాం. రెండిటికి తేడా అంటే ఆ సెక్షువల్ కాంపోనెంట్ లేనిదే అది రొమాంటిక్ లవ్ అవ్వదు
Correct.
అని అంటారు.
100%. 100%. See, in the beginning of the session when I said essence, my essence includes my sexuality. Adilende, what is essence? So as a woman, me and my sexuality is my essence also, along with all the other amazing qualities, attributes I may have. Same way as a man, your everything and your sexuality is an attribute. I mean, the full component, right? So I think we can use the concept of the chakras. Chakras తెలుసు కదా మీకు, ఆల్ ద 7 చక్రాస్. ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ వాడుకుంటే మనకు కొంచెం ఈజీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. సో ఈచ్ చక్ర హ్యాస్ ఎ సర్టన్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫంక్షనాలిటీ టు ఇట్, రైట్? మూలాధార ఈజ్ అబౌట్ బేసిక్ సర్వైవల్, రైట్? స్వాదిష్టాన ఈజ్ అబౌట్ సెక్షువాలిటీ, రిప్రొడక్షన్, క్రియేటివిటీ.
Solar plexus, Manipura chakra.
That is about
power.
Self-esteem, power. Then comes Anahata, relationships. Then comes Vishuddhi, about self-expression. Then Ajna, which is about insight, intuition, higher wisdom, and Sahasrara, right? So, at any given time, all of us are functioning at all levels. All levels. There's no two ways about it. So one can't say I'm only the Vishuddhi person. It doesn't work like that. We are as a human being, we have to be there. I think some of us carry some greater imbalances in some chakras and lesser imbalances in the other chakras, which also I think reflects in the way you relate to the other gender. Okay. So suppose my whole consciousness, my energy, my attention, my awareness lives more often in the Swadhisthana, then my radar will be only at the Swadhisthana level of other people also, right? So when I see a woman, my relating to her, my connecting with her will be at that level, right? But suppose my attention, my energy, my consciousness is more refined, is more purified, is more at a expanded level, then I am living more in the Anahata, more here, then I will connect with that person at that level. So for example, unless you have the connection at the Anahata level, we don't have the freedom to go downwards, because without this connection it will feel like lust.
That completes it.
Exactly. If this connection is available, present, sustained, established, and fully there, then you can travel down. And
you can travel up also.
Travel up is allowed, in fact encouraged. That is not a problem. That is not a problem. It's going down, that's a problem, right? So if there is a emotional connection with the person, then I actually would enjoy if the person lusts after me, right? As a man, as a woman, it doesn't matter. But without this emotional connection, without this intellectual vibing, without the intuitive click there, you're just after sex, then that will put me off.
It will put you off, or it will at least limit you and make you understand the limited nature of it.
Yes, absolutely, right? There's also one more thing. This is very critical in a lot of relationship issues, right? Many couples come to me saying, we have great sex. In fact, our friends are jealous of us. So of course, it's a whole other topic as to why you discuss your sex lives with your friends is another topic. But they say we have great sex, but something is missing, something is wrong. I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. I want to go out, right? So this is one of the classic situations where the chemistry is working very well, but no other form of self-exploration or other issues have been addressed, because whenever there's a problem, sex becomes a solution for it.
ఇది కూడా చాలా డీప్ టాపిక్ ఒకటి.
Yes. Yes. So whenever there's a conflict, we just make up by having sex and put it under the carpet. So the other day I had written a toothbrush insight. The more the stuff under the carpet, the bigger the elephant in the room. That is what I mean by that, right? Conflict actually is one of the greatest gifts in a relationship. It's a great gift in a relationship, provided you don't run away from it, and provided you stay and learn the methods of resolving it. Okay, so not by sex. Sex can also be used once in a while, but not as a routine method.
ప్రేమలో పొసెసివ్నెస్ ఉంటుందా? ఇందాక ఆల్రెడీ మనం కొంత టచ్ చేసాం. నువ్వు వాళ్ళతో మాట్లాడద్దు, వీళ్ళు నీకెందుకు ఫోన్ చేస్తున్నారు అనే కలిగే ఒక ఇది. అది మీరు అన్నారు దానికి పరిధులు ఉంటాయి. అపనమ్మకం నమ్మకం మధ్య ఉండే చిన్న కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ అని. Anything else you would like to add in the context of the word possessiveness?
Right. No, I think I would like to reiterate what I said. Ante basic security lenappude kada possessiveness vastundi. So possessiveness is a symptom of insecurity, not love. That's a very critical differentiation we have to follow there. It is romanticized in movies as the more possessive the person is, so much he loves me. Actually, it is not that. It is because in my relationship with you, you have taken what is essence and what is pure and not pure, what is sacred, what is personal, and you are behaving the same way with another person. That means you are creating imbalance in the foundation of our relationship. You are creating insecurity here, right? So that is why I am now reacting with objection. To that objection, you are giving the name possessive.
లవ్ ఈజ్ బౌండ్లెస్, దర్ ఇస్ అన్లిమిటెడ్ లవ్ ఇన్ ద యూనివర్స్. కాబట్టి మనం ఎంత కావాలంటే అంత యాక్సెస్ చేసి ఏంటి గంధపు గాలిని చేతితో ఆపడం సాధ్యమా అనేసి, అంటే ద ఫ్రేగ్రెన్స్ ఆఫ్ లవ్ రూమీ కోట్స్ అని చదివేసి.
Okay, so that is also true, but not at the level of relationships today. Maybe we'll get there after some 1,000 years, I don't know. Not only that, see, I think that kind of an expansive humanity based love we all experience in small bits and pieces. Somewhere you go, it's completely silent, it's beautiful view and landscape, and you're all alone and you're in this state of some amazing expansion. You're able to love the cockroach there, you're able to love the beggar kid there, you're able to love your father with whom you feel like murdering him at other times. You feel this amazing love. Of course it is possible, but that won't sit with relationships, no. That is a different level of love. So there's a word a friend of mine and me had coined some time ago, you know, vector love and scalar love.
Vector and scalar.
Right? So when you launch these what are those space what do you call them?
Space shuttles.
Space shuttles. Totally losing out. So when you launch those, it has to have a certain amount of exit velocity to get out of the Earth's stratosphere. Otherwise, it will fall back. Right? It needs that much. All spiritual practices are geared towards creating that impetus, so that you are out of this whole attachment-based, need-based, mirroring-based search for love. So if you get there, you can talk all those statements. So Rumi was I don't know, some evolved, enlightened saint, some great soul. You can't take his quotes and apply in my daily marriage.
Not too forcefully.
Doesn't work like that. I mean, God bless him, he's experienced something which we can hope to experience, but you can't put that here. That doesn't work. So Ramana Maharshi or any of these great people have talked about universal love. Can you compare that with our daily issues? So how can you apply that medicine here? This is a different disease, this is a different wound. So let's work at it at the psychological level first, then we'll go to the spiritual level.
So Sujata, would you like to say something TVNXT ప్రేక్షకులకి, just one line about love as we wind up? Is there something more that you would like to add? ఒక వాక్యంలో చెప్పాలంటే, or your favorite quote?
I think we've had a very rich discussion, so I'm feeling very content actually. All I would like to say is love is a journey, is an exploration, or is a path to self-discovery. So finding lovability within yourself and then being able to give from that full cup I think is a joyful experience, and that is what we all crave. And in trying to get there, we fumble, we tumble, in oracle ga padta untam, lesta untamu. And whatever little I have learnt in my own life, in my own clinical work, I would love to share with all of you. And I feel it's an amazing privilege, honor, and blessing to be able to do this. So thank you so much, and thank you all of you also.
Thank you very much, Sujata.